Hello student, myself Digan Sakhiwala. I am your science sir. We will continue chapter number 1, matter in our surrounding. Dear student, today we are going to learn about the evaporation. To understand evaporation, we consider one experiment. For that, we take one test tube. In this test tube, we take 5 ml of water, and that 5 ml of water we kept under the fan and we observe. Okay. Second thing is that same amount of 5 ml of water we take in one plate and we kept nearer the window. Okay, and we will observe what happened. So after a few days we find that amount of water in the test tube remain as it is, but whatever we kept the water in the plate, open plate, in that what happened, the amount of water is decreases. That is because of the evaporation. Same thing is that whenever we try to dry the clothes in the rainy season, it is difficult to dry it because evaporation is what? Less. Okay, so more in detail we will learn about the evaporation. Water when left uncovered slowly changes into vapor. Wet clothes dry up. Okay, so water when left uncovered, whenever water is uncovered, at that time it slowly changes into vapor. Wet clothes dry up, so automatically clothes are dry up because water slowly convert into vapor. But rainy season, in that the condition is different. Because of the kinetic energy, particles are vibrating in solid, liquid and gas. Okay, last period in that we learned that solid convert into liquid or liquid convert into gaseous form because of the heat energy. But in some cases what happen, normal cases in that without giving heat energy, because of the sunlight and all, or because of the windy air, the water convert into gaseous form. Okay, so that is called the evaporation. Evaporation. In liquid, small fraction of particles at the surface having higher kinetic energy is able to break away from the forces of attraction of other particle and get converted into vapor. So dear student, what happened? In liquid, the outer layer molecular particles are there, they break down the bond, and because of that reason they convert it into the gaseous form. Dear student, you know about the nail polish remover. Whenever we apply the nail polish remover, the nail polish remover acetone is in the liquid form. Whenever we apply on the nail, then automatically it vaporizes. Okay, so that is because of what? Evaporation. This phenomena of change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point is called the evaporation. Okay, below the boiling point. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius temperature. But whenever we want to dry the clothes, so room temperature we know, or atmospheric temperature is not more than 40 degrees Celsius. Then also the clothes are dry. Only reason is that what? The evaporation. Factor affecting the evaporation. In increase the surface area, the rate of evaporation is increases. For example, while putting the clothes for the drying up, we spread them out. Okay, so you have two conditions are there. First, whenever you want to dry the clothes, at that time you put as it is, don't spread it. Okay, and second category in that you spread the clothes. Okay, so whenever you spread the clothes, it dry easily. So whenever we increase the surface area, evaporation is also increases. Okay, many people they like to drink the coffee, tea. Okay, so they use a saucer. So whenever you try to drink directly tea or coffee when it is hot, you are not able to drink properly. But whenever you put it into the saucer, then what happens? Surface area is increases, and because of that reason we can easily drink the tea or coffee. And increasing the temperature, more number of particles get enough kinetic energy to go into vapor state. So whenever temperature is increases, and because of that reason the more number of particles are going to liquid state to gaseous state, because kinetic energy is increases. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the air. When humidity is more in the rainy season, at that time amount of water is more. The air around us cannot hold more than a definite amount of water vapor at the given temperature. If amount of air is already high, the rate of evaporation decreases. Okay, so already if the air contains some amount of water molecule, moisture is present, then what happens? Evaporation is decreases. So rainy season, in that it is very difficult to dry the clothes. An increase in wind speed, if it is a common experience that clothes dry on a windy day. So whenever we want to dry the clothes and wind is in the proper amount, or the speed of the wind is more, at that time what happens? We can dry the clothes easily. Why? Because it increases the kinetic energy of water molecule, and water molecule is easily converted into the gaseous form. Dear student, a room temperature of 40 degree to 30 degrees Celsius temperature. With the increase in wind speed, the particle of water vapor move away with wind, decreasing the amount of water vapor in surrounding. So when kinetic energy increases, the water vapor is easily converted into the gaseous form. Okay. Dear student, we are going to learn how does evaporation cause cooling. Okay, like whenever we are going in desert, then there is we feel so much hotness. Only reason is that water area is not present, river is not present, pond is not present, so we feel hotness. Okay, where the river, pond is present, at that time most of the heat energy is absorbed by the water. Okay, and because of that reason we feel somewhat coolness, or we feel the cold. Okay, because latent heat of evaporation of water, and generally atmospheric temperature will increase 30 to 40 degrees Celsius temperature. So what happens whenever we sprinkle the water around the ground, or outside of the house, at that time most of the heat energy is absorbed by the water, and because of that reason that water absorbs the heat energy, so we feel cool. Okay, how does evaporation cause cooling? In an open vessel, the liquid keeps on evaporating. The particles of liquid absorb the energy from the surrounding to regain the energy lost during the evaporation. So most of the heat energy is absorbed by the liquid, and it convert into the gaseous form. Evaporation occur. So what happens? Heat energy decreases. This absorption of energy from the surrounding make the surrounding cold. So because of that reason, the surrounding is become cold. Okay, desert area where we are going, then what happen? Water is not present, pond is not present, river is not present. So at that time directly heat energy, we face direct heat energy, and because of that we feel the hotness. In nail polish remover, now dear student, nail polish remover is made up of acetone. Acetone is also called propanol, and it has other name is dimethyl ketone. Okay, so in nail polish remover, particle gain energy from your palm or surrounding and evaporate, causing the palm to feel cool. So what happened here? Whenever we apply the nail polish remover, at that time we feel cool. Why? Because whatever energy are there, heat energy from the body, it absorbed by the nail polish remover, and it take the heat energy and it evaporates, so feel very cold. Okay, after a hot sunny day, people sprinkle water on the rough or open ground because the large latent heat of vaporization of water help to cool the hot surface. Dear student, a daytime temperature is not more than 40 degree or 30 to 40 degree between them. So in the hot sunny day, if we spray it or if we sprinkle the water outside, at that time what happens? Most of the sunlight heat energy is absorbed by the water, and water evaporate temperature. So latent heat of vaporization is very high, and because of that reason for the so much time we feel the cold. During summer we perspire more because the mechanism of our body which keeps us cool. Okay, so during summer we perspire more because our body wants to maintain the temperature. During the evaporation, the particles at the surface of the liquid gain energy from the surrounding or body surface and change into the vapor. Same thing is that, okay, so suppose any liquid is present, okay, on the surface of the body as well as outside, then that particles gain the heat energy and convert into vapor. So evaporation process is occur. The heat energy equal to the latent heat of vaporization is absorbed from the body, leaving cool. Most of the heat energy is absorbed by the water or whatever liquid used by us, okay, and most of the heat energy is used up, and because of that reason we feel cool. Cotton, being a good absorber of water, helps in the absorbing the sweat and exposing it to the atmosphere for the easy evaporation. So main thing is that in cotton, oxygen and carbon, hydrogen and oxygen present, electronegative oxygen is present, electronegative element, so it make the hydrogen bond with the water. So because of that reason, cotton can absorb the more amount of water. Okay, cotton has capacity to make the hydrogen bond with the water. So because of that reason, whenever we have problem of sweat, it absorbs the most of the water and it exposed to sunlight, and because of that reason what happened, the water is easily evaporate. Okay, other cloth material are there, they cannot absorb the water properly, so we feel not comfortable. Water droplets are visible ice cold glasses because the water vapor present in the air on coming in contact with the cold glass of water loses energy and get converted into liquid state, which we see as the water droplets. Dear student, many times what happen, whenever we fill the glass with the ice cold water, after some time we find the droplets outside. So we think that water is leaking somewhere. No, water is not leaking. Actually, in the surrounding already water is present in the moisture form, gaseous form water is present. So whenever we pour the water or whenever we add the ice in the glass which contain water, at that time the surrounding moisture which contain water molecules, they are freeze, they convert into the droplets, and because of that reason whenever we add the cold water in the glass, we find the droplets. So this is all about the today's topic, how does evaporation causes cooling. Thank you so much.